Here are the 6 survivalists preparing for today's show. Only one of them will leave with £70,000 for charity, whilst the rest will leave with nothing when voted off as the weakest link. Welcome to the weakest link. The 6 people in the studio here today are all survivalists. They tried to live on islands for months, drink their own pee, and loads more. Now, only one of them tonight will leave with £70,000, whilst the rest will leave with nothing. As round by round we lose the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team. Hi there, my name is Kelly Nightlinger, and I'm a female survivalist. Hello, my name's Bear Grylls. You might know me from Bear Grylls The Island on Channel 4 and loads more of UK programmes. Hello, my name's Laura Zera, and I'm well known in America. My name's Steve Backshaw, and I'm well known from doing Strictly Come Dancing and also Deadly 60 something. Hi, my name is Miriam Lancewood, and I'm a female survivalist as well. Hello, my name is Tom McElroy, and I am well known in Ireland. Okay, the rules. In each round of the game there's £10,000 to win. The fastest way to win the prize money is to create a chain of 6 correct answers. Break the chain and you lose all the money in the chain, but if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you'll start a new chain from scratch. Remember team, money that has been banked can move forward to the next round. In round 1 there's 2 minutes 10 seconds on the clock. We will start with the person who is first alphabetically, and that is you, Bear. So Bear, let's play the weakest link. Bear, first question is for £100. Start the clock. Bear, which artistic and literary movement devoted to the nonsensical and the absurd was founded at the Cabaret Voltaire in Zurich in 1916? It was Dada. That is the correct answer. Laura, which chemical compound gives the surface of Mars its red colour? Iron oxide. That is the correct answer. Steve, ready, steady, slow is the traditional way of starting which competitive event for gastropods? Snail racing. Correct. Miriam, what is the Japanese word for carp, especially those that have been bred in ponds for their colour? Koi. Correct. Tom, which fashion designer turned his hand to movie making with the films A Single Man and Nocturnal Animals? Tom Ford. Correct. Kelly, bank. What is the name given to the famous triptych by Hieronymus Bosch, housed at Madrid's Museo del Prado? Pass. Correct answer is Garden of Earthly Delights. Bear, the electrobat patented in 1894 was America's first what? Electric car. Correct. Laura, bank. What annually contested rugby trophy is adorned with 3 king cobras and an elephant? Pass. The Calcutta Cup. time is up. Well, you banked £7,100 in that round. A bit impressive for the first round, but you should have banked your £10,000 target. Now, who's as much use as a bird with vertigo? Who's as much use as a human naked? It's time to vote off the weakest link. In this round, Kelly is statistically the weakest link. With this, Steve is the strongest link. But who will be fighting for survival? It's time to find out. Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Bear. Kelly. 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 Bear. Bear. Okay, it's a two-way tie team. 3 votes for Bear and 3 votes for Kelly. But before we speak to our strongest link who decides to vote, let me speak to Tom. Tom, so as a survivalist, what do you do? Well, basically try to survive out in the nature. Okay, so do you do it in warm countries and cold countries? Yeah, I do it in both countries. In both countries, so like cold and warm. Yeah. Alright. Why there? I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice right now. Because you got a question wrong. Okay. Kelly? No, not Kelly, Laura. It's nice to see a female survivalist, because it's very rare to see a female survivalist. Now, tell me, what do you do? Well, basically survive out in the wild. Yeah. Do you record TV shows? Yeah, I do. Alright, and why Kelly? Well, she did bank us money, but yeah. Well, with a two-way tie, the strongest link has to decide who goes, and the strongest link is Steve. So Steve, you have the choice of sticking with Kelly, or you can swap your decision and go for Bear. I'm gonna stick with Kelly. Why is that? I just want a British person to be on it. So blatant racism of any language. No. Okay. Well, Kelly, you didn't survive a round, and you are not the survival of the fittest. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. To be honest, I didn't really like the show today. And yeah, I feel like it was such a horrible game. And yeah, but sadly, I didn't win any money for charity, and I feel quite offended by that. In the bank, £7,100. We'll have to take 10 seconds off the clock. And we'll start with the strongest link, who was Steve. So Steve, let's play the weakest link. Steve, let's start the clock. Steve, what is the term for the Middle Eastern style of cooking meat, usually lamb on vertical spit? Pass. Correct answer is shawarma. Miriam. In 2005, Jamie Foxx won an Oscar for his portrayal of which US musician? Pass. Correct answer is Ray Charles. Tom. Which hairstyle popularised by Elvis in the 1950s takes its name from a mistress of King Louis the 15th of France. Pompadour. Correct. Bear. What type of birds are the Norse god Odin's messengers? Ravens. Correct. Laura. How is the number 5 written as a binary number? 101. Correct. Steve. Which sport uses a ball coated in surreal plastic resin? Golf. Correct. Miriam. Bang. The Tasmania is an island state belonging to which country? Pass. Australia. Tom. Which Grammy-winning pop star is all about that bass? Meghan Trainor. Correct. Bear. Which nickname was given to a series of fishy disputes between Iceland and the United Kingdom? Pass. Time's up. Time, of course, is up, and the correct answer was Cod Wars. Now, who is as useful as a sauna in the Sahara? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link. In this round, Miriam was the weakest link. Tom is statistically the strongest link. But who will be leaving? It's time to find out. Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Miriam. Tom. Bear. Tom. Laura. So, Steve, what do you do? So I do Deadly 60 on BBC One and also CBBC. Alright, so CBBC obviously being Children's British Broadcasting Corporation. God, that was a mouthful. So how many series have you done of that? I'm not exactly sure. You should know. Come on. So you are quite well known on the BBC. Yeah. So why Bear? Yeah, you didn't do well. And you said that you wanted to keep people who are British. Backfired on you. Let's go to Bear actually. So Bear, you do, I forgot what it's called, something Celebrity Island on Channel 4. Now, I know that someone from Celebrity Big Brother in 2018 went on that. Not going to say her name, Roxanne Pallett. So she appeared on it, yeah, and she just left after a few days. So do you think she was acting fake or real? Real? Alright, yeah. So what do you do on this Bear Celebrity Island thing? I don't know what they call it. Well, I'm mainly the narrator of it. Alright, yeah. Alright. So why Miriam? She didn't do well. I might agree with you. Well, it's the votes that decide, and the strongest link has to go. Tom, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. I feel quite sad to go. I've enjoyed my time though, and I'm glad to be going back to my survival skills. But yeah, I'm really happy if someone wins at 70,000 and gets a high score. round 3 in the bank, £12,100. We'll have to take another 10 seconds off the clock. And we'll have to start with our second strongest link, and I hope that you feel very sad that you got rid of the strongest link. And that is Steve once again, who was our second strongest link. So Steve, let's play the weakest link. Steve, once again, let's start the clock. Steve, who designed the famous title sequence for films like North by Northwest, Vertigo and Psycho? David Copperfield. No, the correct answer is Saul Bass. Miriam, the leaves of the plant Coryndium sativum are known as cilantro in a number of countries, but what is the popular name for its leaves? Pass. Correct answer is coriander. Bear. Which ancient team sport are you playing if you are wielding a wooden stick called a kaman? Is it ice hockey, real tennis, or shinty? Shinty? Correct. Laura. At its northern end, which sea divides on either side of the Sinai Peninsula into the Gulfs of Suez and Aqaba, Red Sea? Correct. Steve. Which South African president shared the 1993 Nobel Peace Prize with Nelson Mandela? De Klerk. Correct. Miriam. Bang. In texting, what does IMHI mean? Pass. In my humble or honest opinion. Time is up. Your money is shooting all the way down. You started from £7,000 to £5,000, now to £1,000. Will it go lower to £500 in the next round or to £100 in the further 2 rounds? It's time to vote off the weakest link. In this round, Miriam was once again the weakest link. Laura is now the newest, strongest link. But who will be leaving? It's time to find out. Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link. Miriam. 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 Bear. Okay, so Laura. What do you do again? So I'm a survivalist. You're a female survivalist. Yep. And what do you operate? Yeah. I think that's the word. Well, mainly everywhere. Yeah. Do you do deserts? Sometimes I do deserts. So like Bear, he's done deserts, how to drink your own pee, as in like water, using snake skin. Wouldn't there be deadly snakes though in a desert? Yeah. Thought so. Like a sidewinder, Mexican sidewinder, something like that. Steve, why Miriam? Just because she didn't do well at all. Very true. Bear, why Miriam? Didn't do well. Well, Miriam, you're from Netherlands. Now you mainly live in New Zealand and you do most of your shows in New Zealand. So, yeah, do you enjoy them? Yeah. Lovely. So Miriam, sadly you are the weakest link. Goodbye. I've enjoyed my time today on the Weakest Link, and sad that I didn't do it for all the rounds because now I have to go to New Zealand and have a fun time in New Zealand, I guess, and yeah. Round 4, in the bank, £13,100. We'll have to take another 10 seconds off the clock, leaving you with 1 minute 40 seconds. We'll start with the strongest link, who is Laura. So Laura, let's play the weakest link. Laura, let's start the clock. Laura, the name of the board game Ludo is the Latin word meaning I play. Is it true or false? True? Correct. Steve, name 3 of the 4 official languages spoken in Switzerland. Pass. Correct answer could be German, French, Italian and Romansh. Bear. In 2010, what time limit was introduced for acceptance speeches of Oscar winners at the Academy Awards? Pass. 45 seconds. Laura. Which fictional female was controversially named United Nations Ambassador for Women's Empowerment in 2016? Pass. Wonder Woman. Steve. Which pen name did J.K. Rowling use when she wrote Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? Don't know. Correct answer is Newt Scamander. Bear. What is the largest land-based arthropod? Pass. Coconut crab. Laura. Which sport was the subject of mock... Time is up. Well, in that round you banked an amazing prize money of nothing. Well done, team. Now, which one of you will be the final weakest link? Have the confidence to vote off the weakest link. In that easy round, statistically, Bear was the weakest link. With this, Laura was statistically the strongest link once again. But the question is, who will be the weakest link? Voting over, it's time to reveal the final weakest link. Laura. Steve. Laura. Okay, so Bear, why Laura? Tactical reasons. Steve, same reason? Yep. Okay, so Laura, you were the strongest link, but it's the votes that decide, and you are the weakest link. So, goodbye. Well, I'm glad that I made it to the final 3, and I've really enjoyed my game today and meeting all the survivalists, getting to chat with them and how to do more interesting segments on shows, etc. In the bank, £13,100. In this round, you have 90 seconds on the clock, but whatever you win in this round will be trebled. We'll start with the second strongest link, and that was Steve. So Steve, let's play the weakest link. For the final time, let's start the clock. Steve, which sport was the subject of mock obituary in 1882, which stated the body will be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia? Pass. Cricket. Bear. Which city and state capital in Australia was named after the wife of British King William IV? Adelaide. Correct. Steve. Which pop star stated the halftime show during the 2015 Super Bowl atop a 4-metre tall, 7-metre long robotic lion? Katy Perry. Correct. Bear. Bank. Leaders of the 175 nations gathered at the UN in April 2016 to sign the Paris Agreement, a global pact to fight what? Climate change. Correct. Steve. Bank. Mr. Smee is the bumbling sidekick of which literary villain? Pass. Correct answer is Captain Hook. Bear. What's the common name for the third molars inside a human's mouth? Wisdom. I'll accept. Steve, time's up. In that round you banked £600. What will treble to give you prize money today of £14,900? There can only be one winner. In the next round I will ask you both 5 questions. Best of 5 wins. If there's a tie we will go for sudden death. So, Bear and Steve, let's play the weakest link. Bear is the strongest link in the last round. Would you like to go first or last? First, please. Bear, which sport played on horseback is divided into time periods called chukkers? Don't know. Correct answer is polo. Steve, what are Italy's 2 largest islands? Sicily and somewhere else. Correct answer is Sicily and Sardinia. Bear, which villain in The Walking Dead harbours a child zombie in his closet? Governor. Correct. Steve, which full-length movie is the first to use spoken dialogue? Is it King Kong, Gone with the Wind, or The Jazz Singer? Jazz Singer? Correct. Bear, what type of craftsman can we thank for making the oak barrels in which whiskey is aged? Is it farrier, copper, or blacksmith? Blacksmith? No, copper. Steve, how many edges does a square-based pyramid have? 6. No, 8. Bear, the name of which dense rye bread can be translated into English as devil's fart? Don't know. Correct answer is pumpernickel. Steve, which Nordic country was the first to give women the right to vote in 1906? Finland. Correct. Bear, you must get this question correct to stay in the game. In the children's television programme Teletubbies, what is the new? Vacuum cleaner. Correct. Steve, which king of Macedonia who conquered the Persian Empire while still in his 20s had a favourite horse named Bruce Ballast? Alexander the Great. That is the correct answer. Well, that means, Steve, you are today's strongest link, and you leave with £14,900 for charity. Which charity are you going to send us to, Steve? I'm not sure at the moment. Okay. Bear, you leave with nothing. Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.